Good morning, Seaford School District. I have some numbers sourced directly from the Bright MLS locally that I'd like to go over with you. And if you'd like my notes, as well as to follow the numbers as I go along, here is our follow-along guide. Just let us know where to send it, and it is all yours. But without further ado, if you'd like to pause and grab that, go ahead. Let's get into it. So we're in the middle of summer, and we have a completed month of June, and that's where we have the numbers from. So I'm going to utilize June as our anchor date as we look back into 2023 and even 2022, as we now have a full complete data for 2024's June. So for starters, let's go down to June of 2023. There were 33 homes that were listed in the Seaford School District, and those homes were being listed on median for $289,000. I'm going to underline that right there. The price that those homes would inevitably close at, though, was right on par with the list price. They would list for $289,000. They would sell for $284,950,000. Very common. That is a good list to sale ratio in the housing industry. It pretty much means what a homeowner lists for, they get. And this time last year, it took 49 days, nearly 2 months, about a month and a half, for that home to go on the market and then get an offer that seller wanted to accept. A year prior from that, running through those same numbers in June, the amount of homes listed was 43, which is a little bit more. The price point homes were being listed for was $279,900, which was $10,000 less. And homes were sitting on the market for a tad bit less, only a little over a month at 36 days. And the home that was being listed at $279,900 was selling at $275,500, a similar list to sale ratio as 2023 in 2022. But we all want to hear about 2024. What's going on right now in comparison? Well, I can tell you 37 homes were listed in the Seaford School District in June of 2024, and the listed median for those homes was $330,000. That is a $40,000 increase. Home sellers of the Seaford School District. But the big variable in that matter that really needs to be paid attention to isn't just that homes are listing for anything close to that $330,000 mark. Let's look. So we said last year homes were selling in 49 days. The year prior, homes were selling in 36 days. But June of 2024, we have homes selling in 24 days in the Seaford School District. Hello. That is a 50% decrease from 49 to 24. We shaved it right in half. What's going on? And not only are homes selling quicker, they're selling for more, because remember that listed median price of $330,000. We said, are they even making it to the closing table for close to that amount that they're being listed for? And the answer is yes. And actually, the number is even better than the past 2 years, because homes are being listed at $330,000 and they're selling for $330,000. That means the median sold price in the Seaford School District in Sussex County, Delaware, has gone up $45,000 just since last year. But what happens next? I'd like to analyze one variable that we haven't talked about that will inevitably decide whether or not prices continue to increase for homeowners in the Seaford School District in Sussex County, not the Seaford County, and for people looking to buy a home in Seaford, whether or not prices could come down. This is the one number you're going to want to track for prices increasing or decreasing at this point. The number is going to be end of market inventory. And what that number simply states, and it's the fifth column over to the right if you're following along on these notes, I've drawn a line for you actually from February of 2022 all the way up to May of 2024. There's a few things I'd like to point out. One, if you follow these months all the way from 25 on up, you'll see some ebbs and flows, but honestly, if you had a line that kind of tracked the average, you're going to see that the number has accumulated drastically. There's more homes on the market in Seaford than there has been since pre-COVID nearly, and it's accumulating. It's 3x'd just since 2022's February, but it stopped and actually dropped in June. Let's look into it. Now, when there's low inventory and high demand, or a low amount of homes for sale and more people that want to buy homes, you're going to get what's called a price increase. You're going to get a surplus in demand over inventory, and you're going to see price points go up. That is only going to happen if the days on market inventory stays low. If it continues to increase month over month over month over year, you get a surplus of inventory and you get a price correction. Now, classically speaking, in economies like housing markets, we don't see these things happen slowly. They happen quickly, usually even. 3-4 months can change the entire trajectory of the supply and demand of a local housing market. And if we look back at May into June for 2022 and 2023, we see that you accumulated inventory both those years. But with the monstrosity of a run of market inventory accumulation you've been on for the last 2.5 years, we see now that it's depleted. Down to 74. And will the market continue to trend that way? We look at July as we enter into the 17th day of the month, that it's either going to stay the same or even be lower June into July. And that is interesting because it could mean that demand is eating up inventory. Not enough homes are being listed to meet the demand. And that could mean prices go up going into Q4 of 2024. And so getting into my big takeaway at the bottom of my notes, for those that did download this link, the walkthrough, you're already going to see it at the bottom. But my big takeaway is watch end of market inventory direction like a hawk. And then I drew a little, I know it looks like the thing that they chase around during the Harry Potter thing. What game is that? Quidditch? It looks like the golden thing. I know.
Harry Potter has caught the snitch! Gryffindor win!
It's supposed to be a hawk. And that's how I'm going to be watching end of market inventory in our school district here. Because Seaford has seen some very interesting trends in its growth and demand, and the school district is seeing some benefits to that. When home prices go up, so too does the school taxes overall, which means schools get more money. This is how places like Appoquinimink and Red Clay continue to improve their school districts, because there's more people living in more expensive homes in those districts. So this is a good sign. For people looking in to move into Seaford, though, watching this end of market inventory like a hawk could determine whether or not home prices continue to squeeze up or settle down and maybe even start to correct. We'll keep an eye on this market. Expect another update here in the next couple months. And if you want to know more about Sussex County, Delaware, or anything as a whole in depth, we have our Loft Report, which walks through all counties, all school districts, each town labeled versus that, meaning pretty much we just kind of look at what's the best, most advantageous place to live versus another. Get into it. It's a good document. I'm rambling. Have a great day and looking forward to talking housing with you again soon.